Hey guys, before we get into this episode, I just want to apologize up front. I was experimenting with the NVIDIA control panel trying to assess its ability to record higher end games that OBS was struggling to keep up with. I had adjusted my mic volume thinking it was only going to affect NVIDIA's recording. It actually affected my whole system and my mic volume was way quiet. In combination with that and the noise gate that I have set up on OBS to keep all that background noise out of my recordings, it turned my audio into Swiss cheese. So the sound effects and the gameplay is there, but the voice quality is utter garbage, and I really don't feel like it would be the quality product that I'm trying to produce for my channel. Now I know what you're thinking. Just reload the save and record it again. I would have, except I didn't bother to check the footage back until I had already overwritten the save and closed the game. In fact, I was in Audacity starting to record the intro for that clip when I saw how low my mic was peaking, and when I played it back, my heart kind of sank a little bit because I knew the footage was probably equally affected. So 2 lessons I pulled out of this. First, always check your levels and quality before you commence. This should be common sense to me now, I know, but this is the first time I've had this problem since I got the new mic, so I didn't think it would happen. Second, I should probably start keeping a backup save. It would be one thing if I was just playing to play, but now I have a whole series going out and an audience that I'm trying to entertain. So instead of giving you guys the full-length episode, I think I'm just going to go ahead and double down on the intro and try to give a really good recap of what happened. Again, I'm sorry guys. I got it worked out and have taken better precautions so that these things don't happen again in the future. I hope. I love making these videos though, and I love that people are watching them and enjoying my content. It means the world to me, so thank you guys. Cat and Kurt, out.
Enemy forces ahead. We've got it handled, sir. They're losing numbers quickly. They're suffering heavy losses.
Alright guys, so let's dig into this. To start, I was going to do this as Grand Moff Kurt, but it was sounding too somber. I was sitting there going, oh yes, the rebels, the Black Sun. So, I mean, it wasn't really the tone I was looking for. So we're just going to go over some of the highlights that happened, because I waffled on quite a bit in this one. But I did do a lot of the fights. There was a total of 5 or 6 battles that happened. But it started off with the ground invasion on Naboo from the Black Sun. They were really wanting Naboo, so they sent a pretty sizable force at me. And I didn't have any proper ground troops stationed there, but we did have a lot of defensive structures. I think we had an outpost, a landing platform, and like a light factory or something like that. So we got a bunch of extra freebie units that, I mean, if the Black Sun were to come back again with another ground force, I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to handle them. Yeah, no problem, no problem. So my next thought was, well, if we can start taking down some of their ships in orbit, I could maybe convince them to leave? Question mark. So what I did is I sent the fleet I had in the Southern Rim to go harass the Black Sun in orbit, and I had it in my mind that if I could take down that Munificent class with its long-range guns, I might be able to jump out and jump back in and harass that Providence, but that just did not work out in my favor.
Location confirmed.
And we ended up losing 3 ships and almost lost the entire squad there, the entire attacking fleet. So mistakes were made. I needed to break through to the Southern Rim if I was going to save that fleet. I don't think I could have taken another full-on attack from another. I mean, they'd only need another Munificent and another Providence to reinforce that fleet, and then they could just push right through the rest of my existing bases in the southern rim, at least in orbit. I don't know about on ground, but in orbit for sure. So I had considered my options. At first I was thinking maybe I'll just push through the rebels, but then I've been looking at Thyfera for like 2 episodes now, and I figured, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's push through Thyfera. We have this new ISD that we built, and we have a Venator and a Victory class in our kind of northern vanguard fleet there. So I decided to rejoin them by sending them through Thyfera and then retreating to Gorman, and then from Gorman we attacked Thyfera with the grouped up fleet, because I didn't want to have to take that ISD all the way up and around through was it Jakku? I don't remember, but I knew that one fleet wasn't going to be enough. And when I saw it was a level 2 station, I was like, maybe not. But then I thought, you know, with the combination of the 3 capital ships I had and all the cruisers that I had available to me, I was like, we should be able to win this, no problem. And boy, oh boy, was I mistaken. I got all my target priorities wrong. I kept ships in conflict far too long, and I didn't have enough damage soaking ships. So I ended up losing the Victory class, and I lost the brand new ISD that I just built. So there was like 20,000 credits down the drain right there. And so that victory kind of hurt, but I did open up the hyperspace lane to the southern rim.
Vengeance is ours, men. The spirits of our
My next objective is, once I get a couple more ISDs, I'm going to rejoin them into the southern fleet, and we'll go ahead and we'll kick the Black Sun out of orbit there. So when we finally hit the ground at Thyfera, I really wasn't ready for the turbo lasers and the ray shield. I guess I should have known better, but you know, it was whatever. I had a crap load of armor, and I just kind of dropped it all in on the, not the initial landing pad, but the second landing pad, because they had a turbo laser battery right there, and I was taking advantage of the fact that the drop ships also had some turbo lasers to try to combat the ground-based one. I just took it slow. I built a repair factory up next to that landing pad. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I didn't lose too many pieces of armor on the invasion of Thyfera. That ground assault team right there has actually been really good for me, so I needed to make sure that, you know, the next time I needed to go do some invading, it was in well-kept form.
Well done, gentlemen.
The last thing I did on this one was Honiger. I didn't have a whole lot of armor or any sort of, like, you know, fast way to kind of take Honiger, but I did have a bunch of ground troops.
Take out a flock of seagulls, come on!
So we just kind of flushed out the rebels.
Enemy target is crippled.
It was kind of a pain in the butt, because even though there was only like 1 or 2 units of rebels left and I had my entire squadron, we had already defeated their command post, they just would not surrender. So I ended up spending like 5 minutes or so running around the map, trying to find the one dude who is riding his tauntaun, taking pot shots at one of the structures that belong to the locals. So it was quite annoying. So yeah, that was kind of what happened. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't do like the full length 1 hour deal because it was a lot of fun. I was winning a lot of fights. I was winning but losing, you know what I'm saying, and losing but winning, you know what I'm saying. So I'm really disappointed that I kind of screwed that up. So again, I'm sorry guys. And the next episode I've already recorded. We're good to go. I'm gonna edit that together after I finish editing this guy together, and you're gonna get 2 episodes tomorrow. So, well, I mean, it'd be today for you. This is past me talking, so it would be tomorrow, which would be today for you. YouTube's so confusing. Anyway, guys, if you liked the video, please hit that like button. If you have anything you want to say, go ahead and say it down in the down there. I appreciate all the love I get from you guys. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and as always, may the force be with you. Later, guys.